I think, look, we all want it to end as soon as possible. You know, we're not dictating terms to the Israelis about how long it has to take. The last thing we'd want to do is telegraph to Hamas what they're likely to face in coming weeks and months.
Following on Gabe's question, you mentioned the Israelis have been consistent about wanting additional months for this campaign. Is that acceptable now at this stage to the United States for this to continue on for more? It's been 2+ months now.
I think, look, we all want it to end as soon as possible. And as I said in my opening statement yesterday and today, it could end today if Sinwar did the right thing and just laid down his arms and surrendered and gave the hostages back. That doesn't look likely right now, this war that Hamas started. And Israel has a right and responsibility to continue to conduct this war to protect their people and to protect their nation. Again, how long that's going to take, I can't predict. And we're not dictating terms to the Israelis about how long it has to take. It has to take as long as they feel they need to take to be able to eliminate this threat. But obviously, we all want it to be over as soon as possible.
The U.S. position in the last several months has been that in a post-war environment, that Gaza must be controlled by a revitalized Palestinian Authority. What gives the U.S. any sense that people of Gaza want the Palestinian Authority involved in the Gaza Strip, or even in the West Bank, since majorities want Abbas to go? Does Abbas need to go?
We believe that the Palestinian Authority should be involved in the governance of the Palestinian areas, including Gaza, and that we believe that that's best achieved through a reformed and revitalized Palestinian Authority. We're not, again, dictating who's in charge, but we do believe that there needs to be a regional effort, an effort that we're willing to participate in, to help the Palestinian Authority become reformed in such a way that they can manifest themselves in terms of governance of Gaza.
And then lastly, yesterday you suggested that Jake was going to be talking about new humanitarian aid corridors in Gaza, and you said you might have some news for us today as well. You could have an update on that. Is that
Right, just one more time on the timing here. I understand, obviously, you want this to end as soon as possible. Everyone does, but there are reports that Sullivan told Netanyahu that Israel has to end this current phase of fighting in weeks, not months. Is that part of the message that he's delivering?
I'm not going to divulge private conversations that we've had and will continue to have with the Israelis. Obviously, one of the things that Jake did talk to him about was progress in the war and where the Israelis think it's going to go. He did talk about possible transitioning from what we would call high-intensity operations, which is what we're seeing them do now, to lower-intensity operations sometime, in the near future. But I don't want to put a timestamp on it. I think you can understand that the last thing we'd want to do is telegraph to Hamas what they're likely to face in coming weeks and months.